Uh, Thank you for making it on a Saturday evening to this wonderful, beautiful place. This has become a constant for me personally for the past 6 to 9 months now. And having experienced the bliss of this beautiful nature and meeting in the midst of it, we decided to start doing our open mic sessions over here for the last 3 times. So this is the third meeting that we're having here. Last night we had the Speak Up Club's virtual open mic of the same theme. And it was wonderful to see 27 people joining in that meeting and sharing their perspectives. We even had 3 professional people who are into the field of well-being in different facets. Professional as a psychologist, as a sleep therapist, and someone who's into the SEL education. So different forms of well-being, but they're professionals who have been into that. So thank you, first of all, for all of y'all. Before we move forward, let me just introduce Speak Up Club for the ones who are coming for the first time. We started this initiative in the year 2020. In the year 2020 May, and we started this because of one simple reason. COVID was in and we all were in, and we need to get out, and not just get out in a sense of interacting or engaging with people, but also get out in our minds with regard to the things that we think and how we lead our lives. So this was started in May as an initiative for us to engage with people. So unlike a regular open mic where you'll see different forms of different kinds of expressions, singing, music, and different things which are random, what we chose was to keep it purposeful and intentional. So we have a theme for every meeting with which we run the meeting, so that by the end of it, each one of us, all of us together can be wiser and enriched with the idea that we have about that theme. So the themes were very generic in nature, more of life skills, where we had goal setting, stress management, passion, public speaking, communication, things like that, which we are doing. And that's how we built over the past 5.5 years now. We have been doing this. Earlier, till 2022 end, we ran this program or these open mics every week on a Saturday night virtually, consecutively for 125 Saturday nights. But then, as we progressed, people got Zoom fatigue, as they say, and they moved into the real world. While in that fashion, what we started to build was, we built a member-only model where members who wanted to work at a deeper level on their skill set development, we started an inner circle community, while still wanting to keep this kind of a open community vibe that we have built for so long. We changed that from a weekly meeting to a monthly meeting. So every month on the last Friday or Saturday, we started to meet virtually. 2024 mid, with the complete COVID thing gone, we decided to take it offline as well. So this is our 14th offline meeting. So last year, June, we started with the in-person meetings, which we started to do at Tea Hive in Red Brick's office. This is a place that we chose now for the this kind of a idea and open mic. That's how the journey has been for us. In the process, the beauty of the platform is the people who make it. I'm the person who's hosting it, but this platform, this community has had over 1,000 people who have embraced the platform virtually in person. People from 16 different countries who have joined in. From age group of 4-year-old performing something to a 75-year-old sharing their wisdom. The diversity and the viewpoints and the perspectives that people bring in is what makes this club what it is. I am not the club. All of us together, of what we bring to the table, or for what we bring to the stage, is the club. So the simple mission of our club or this community is to empower people to express their stories. Each one of us, not just the successful ones or the big shot ones, each one of us have our own stories which are deep within us, and more often they go to the burial ground without having a chance to express them. And so we want to create a platform where people can come and express their own lived experiences, their own stories. And second thing is the power of perspectives. When you expose yourself somewhere, a girl sharing a perspective about something, someone who's staying in London sharing a perspective about something, someone who's coming from a rural background sharing a perspective about something, is something very different from what I think or what I have grown up with. And so the power of perspectives is what we nurture in this community, where each one comes and shares their perspective, their thoughts, their ideas, and we collectively grow wiser with the diverse perspectives that we build. That's the vision of what we stand for. What do we do and how do we do it? Simple. It's a stage for anyone. Anyone who wants to come and share a story, express themselves. It's not a public speaking platform. We are not judging how great an orator you are. We are not even there to judge. We are just there to listen to your story, to your experience. So a heartful expression in whatever language which is convenient for all of us. Hindi, English, if people understand Telugu, go ahead with that too. So it's a heartful expression of your stories. That is what we want to build. And the second form is where we are a community where we are listening, we are uplifting people and getting and gaining perspectives from the community. That's the mission and how we operate. Having said that, today, like I said, we have a theme, we have a thought of a thin thread that runs through the entire meeting. And for today, we chose the theme as well-being, for being well. At the heart of a lot of challenges that we are seeing today and the way we are progressing forward is what we call it, but deeper and kind of challenged is what I'm seeing, is the challenge that we are experiencing. And today, through this theme, I want to begin a conversation, not just leaving it here, but each one of you all sharing your thoughts about the idea of well-being, whether it is physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual, whatever facet of well-being that you can think of, where you have experienced challenges or you have a lived experience of how it was a problem possibly, or may not be. If you have had a good upbringing where you have been nurtured with good practices and it is helping you having sanity and great well-being, share that. Share your experiences, share your stories about how is it that you nurture and build your well-being, or something that you have seen and something that has worked for people. Preferably go inwards. We are not looking for a PhD thesis or not looking for a research study, because what we are seeing or what we want to hear is your lived experience. Because tell me one thing that is not available on Google today. It's your story. So I would invite each one of y'all who's interested to come and share your experiences of how do you take care of yourself. How do you build your well-being? How do you nurture times when there's an emotional turmoil, when there's a physical turmoil, when there's lack of clarity and spiritual turmoil that you have? How do you deal with those instances? How do you grow? How have you experienced and grown out of these things? And what are the practices that you do which helps you maintain your well-being? Something that I think a lot of us can take back home and start using and start working with. Sometimes it's just awareness that is a challenge. And sometimes it is the why which is the challenge. So whatever it is, we are here for your stories. We are here to listen to you. So now let me get into the theme. How are you all? That's the answer that we give often. But when was the last time you asked someone this question deeply with an intention to know how that person is really? So one practice that I've started to do is whenever I ask, how are you? I don't stop there. After a few minutes, I ask again, how are you really? And that's a way to trigger a thought of connection between two people where they can be a natural expression of what is it that they're feeling. We all, every one of us have our own phases. Right now, somebody could be having it. Have our own phases of ups and downs and challenges where we are not in the space where we are ourselves. And I think that's the thing. Let's talk about those experiences and how we all can grow from each other. Let me begin with who wants to come first? Yes, sir. Come in. Okay, no problem. Yeah, while he's playing, you can take care of your well-being.
Hi,
okay, 1 second. You can tell your name and you can just put this.
Yeah, but is it necessary for recording?
Recording will be done. If you don't want to share, let me know.
No, I don't want to be recorded.
You don't want to be recorded? Then it's okay. No problem. One aspect of a lot of us try to change to get better, to change and see how we can solve a lot of challenges that we're having. Wonderful technique that he has shared about how don't make it about a transformation. Make it a small change. And that change will be, in effect, very large, but easy for you to change. I think that's one of the highlights of the book Atomic Habits, where he talks about make it easy, make it natural so that it's not like a task, but still you're getting stuff done without even realizing that it's a massive change that you're talking of. Wonderful. Thank you. Thanks for that. Let's move to the next speaker.
No cross talking. Good evening, everybody. The beauty about this Speak Up Club is like from childhood, I was told that you need to make friends with only your peer group or your age group. That's it. But here, after coming here, I thought, why not make friends with one kind of a seniors, like who is 50-year-old or 10-year-old, 15-year-old. I read story about Shantanu Narayan and Ratan Tata. I wonder how they become friends. But here, the good thing about I started believing that you can be friends with seniors also. At the same time, you can be respectful and make friends with them. Okay, coming to my story. Way back in 2021, I've started failing for the ninth time in my CA journey. It was in CA final, which is considered to be one of the toughest in the entire course. That was also the time when my close family member passed away. You know the reason why, 2021. It was my grandmother. The time was literally really tough. Now I'm saying it with to keep the environment light, but this was not me back in 2021. I was anxious, I was depressed, I was sad, full of sad. Even when people come up to will fear to talk to me, like he's that kind of guy who always he gets irritated. They used to go away, far away from me. Even I thought I should be, even to go to the people around and to share my problems, I felt that I might be spreading that negative energy. Why to burden them? So I thought I should, like, I was clueless. I don't know what should I do, how to get over this. But there I got to know that one habit which I want to share with you is journaling. Probably the first speaker shared about journaling. We do journaling for different things. Some say that you need to journal for gratitude. 3 things which can be grateful for. But I do journaling for different thing. It is for putting out all my concerns, things which are bothering me, etc., etc. I just put it on the paper. If there are 2 things in my mind which I put it on the paper, but there is one third thing which pops up, and I write that third thing. With that, I can tell you that it gives a lot of mental clarity by which you can make better decisions in life. You can avoid many mistakes in life. Probably you're way ahead than your peer group. One more thing, that phase also took a toll on my mental health. I was not regular at that time. The physical health, so this was the place I come here. From past 3 years, I used to hit every round, not 10 kilometers, only 4 kilometers. I started slowly. I used to walk a little bit in the initial days, and then I slowly leveled up. I ran 2 marathons after that. In this between, I can tell you the mental health is interlinked to physical health. It is nowhere it is different. The feeling will be high. I don't know what type of chemicals we are released, dopamine or serotonin, what I don't know what, but the feeling will be great after your workout. Just take care of your health, journal, take care of your family. That's it. Thank you so much.
Feel and express what we are. So there are moments where it's like feeling tearing apart, but that's how we are. And the more we can do this, the more we can express. I think one part of the journey is also having the ability to just express yourself and open. The more you do that, I think it's a lot to do. The entire challenge of mental health has a lot to do with we bottling up our expressions. It's said that the word depression comes from this idea of depressing the emotion which is there. So it's often a case people think depression is about sadness. Sadness, you're still feeling the expression. You're still feeling the experience. But depression is going numb to all experiences. The good, the bad, the ugly. You're just numb and not able to experience whatever is happening. And that's how it is.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Rahul Bhai, for having these sessions. I think it's really helpful and amazing to have a forum where you can share these discussions or have these candid conversations. So let me share my story. So for the first 27 years, like any other household, in my family, of course, we had ups and downs, and we had our wins and we had our setbacks. But for 27 years of my life, my only concern largely was where is the next wonderful meal, and where am I going out with my friends for the next nice drink. So these were my concerns, and even after making it to one of the best law schools in India, I never took my education seriously. It was more about the experiences in life. So in a way, I'm grateful to my parents that they never made me feel that pressure. And not too many people will probably have their parents buying them books even till the age of 27. So my father was also a lawyer. He would pick up my law school books and send it over or bring it himself sometimes. And of course, whatever happened in my life, they always got to know. When I was 27, suddenly my father was involved in a violent incident and he passed away. So at that point of time, I had a choice. Do I allow the criminal justice system to take its own course, where the public prosecutor argues the case and the police give them some evidence from time to time and the case drags on? Or do I take a personal interest? I felt when I compared myself with my doctor sister, that would be similar to leaving a dead family member in the mortuary. We don't leave them there, right? So I chose to pursue the case and we participated actively apart from the public prosecutor. By the end of 3 years, we got a conviction. But along with that, you also get a lot of add-ons like anxiety, you get a lot of, you name it, you are not the same person when you go through the criminal justice system in India. But subsequently, I worked with a corporate law firm and 2 years, it was a different experience. Then COVID hit. I moved to an American MNC. And that's where I took a leap of faith and I consulted the employee assistance program. At a point of time, I was very stressed thinking about what is my boss doing? Is he doing something, or is he trying to cut me out? All of these thoughts come in from time to time. So for the first time, I used a therapist and it was such a good experience that I still continue to use a therapist. And I completely agree with Pranay. Whether it is mental health or physical health, both are interlinked. The best way to get out of a bad situation mentally is to regularly exercise. I go for swims at Jubilee Hills Club or I come for a jog here. That is what keeps me sane. And please, please, please consider consulting a therapist when you are feeling overwhelmed by a situation. Mine was silly. Or even dealing with the loss of a loved one sometimes is very strong. I lost my mother last year and I had a lot of regrets. I'm sorry I'm taking a little longer, but at that point of time, I had a lot of regrets in terms of not being nice to her every day, maybe having a harsh word, and these all linger on when they pass away. But when you consult a therapist, they put it in perspective, they give you the toolkit to deal with it. So that is my biggest giveaway for you guys. Please overcome the stigma. They only give you the tools to deal with mental health situations. So thank you for this opportunity.
No, the peacock is here, I need to say. This is the beauty of it, actually. The first time we had a good experience of so many people while they're speaking, it passing through, and they're getting a glimpse of it in the video. Thank you, Sid. I think showing up that side of a story which we often are scared to look at ourselves and telling it to the world takes courage. Thank you for that. I'm by profession or the work that I do, I'm a motivational speaker. And in spite of being a motivational speaker, 2023 was a time which I was struggling with my own mental health challenges. So why I'm saying this is just to let you all know, positive thinking is one side of the story and your mental well-being is a different take altogether. There's a different take altogether. When you talk of people who are positive, doesn't mean that they are in the best of space. They can also have challenges, and that is how the reality is. In 2020, there was one set of challenge which I had when for 3 months, at every point in time, I had someone or the other in the ICU from my family. My dad, I lost my grandmother and grandfather later on. So different parts of the family were always in the ICU, and apart from the legal side, dealing with someone in the hospital and the things that we go through is equally the same challenge. The trauma that we go through and what we are at the end of it is a different picture altogether. And 2023 incidents were different, but both of them taught me the power to embrace and accept that we can have challenges. Anyone can have challenges. And once you embrace it and once you take help of a therapist, I'm in touch with my therapist even today.
Today, which I am going to share, I haven't shared with anybody earlier. You won't believe it. Since 2014 and 15 till today, I did not earn a single rupee. More so, I have lost all my investments. all my earnings. So let me take you back to 2014-15. I used to work in, before that I used to work in Saudi as a CEO for a hospital chain. So under me, we have around 18 hospitals. After that, I started my own venture. I started my own clinic. But I think some of you might be knowing, in Saudi Arabia, if you are starting your own business, you should have a sponsor, the Saudi sponsor. So I have taken one sick clinic. Then I moved that to a profitable venture. So we have a contract, agreement, profit sharing contract. After that, I came to India, and I had an accident where my hand was fractured. So I have to stay here for a longer than the vacation period. So during that time, the politics played. Somehow, that clinic, I have to give it back to my sponsor. Though he is a very nice person, still he is in very good relationship with me. But when it's come for the money and this one, so you should not trust anybody. So in a very nice way, anyhow, I don't want to go into detail. So then my heart broken. Then I moved from Saudi to Dubai. I started my own company there, LLC. I started my own business for import-export. It was going well for some time. Then all of a sudden, to whom we are supplying, they overnight, 2-3 our vendors, they shut down their shops and this one, and they run away. So it was a big shock for us, and it's a very heavy loss. Coming back to, after that, I will cut short due to the time. So it was, again, there is a loss. I came to India. Then immediately the COVID hit. I started the PPE kit manufacturing here. I was supplying PPE kits at that time, not only to private clinics, even to the government hospital. I supplied to Gandhi Hospital, Usmania, even the Chest Hospital and Nilofer Hospital, just to name a few. And we were manufacturing, even it was like white labeling. We were manufacturing in Gujarat. We take, and we brought here. Somehow it was running very well. After that, so many suppliers came into market. Then prices go down. Our stocks pile up in our inventory. Again, we had a heavy loss. Then after COVID, I moved to the supermarket, the retail venture. I started a supermarket in 3000 SFT, and it was running very well, but it was far away from Hyderabad. It was 80 kilometers away from here. So it was a challenging for going and coming back. So somehow it didn't work well because I was not paying full attention. I have to close that. Then again, it was a loss. So I was completely mentally ill due to all these challenges. Even I was not attending any Toastmasters meeting, anything. Only a few months back, first meeting I attended, the Rahul's program, he invited, where we attended. After that, again, I came into the regular meetings, and I'm still, if I didn't share you what is my mental health, the issues are, nobody can notice that what I am going through, but still I'm facing the challenges. Just to overcome with that, I have joined Toastmasters, I have attended such meetings. Sometimes I don't want to show my bad face, that's why I'm just hiding. But today also I'm coming just because Rahul has personally invited me. That's why, otherwise, I was just trying to away from that. What I mean to say is that whenever we have the mental challenges, I am taking just little time. So we should have to come and mingle with the positive people, the positive mindset. That is the strength what we will get. If we will try to sit ideal or we'll try to hide in our cocoons, so the problems will increase further. The only thing, because we are not showing anybody, so everybody think that we are enjoying our life and we don't have any challenges. It's not like that. Everybody is having. I like, for example, Rahul. He didn't share his story. Nobody can notice that he was facing this mental health issues, unless and until. Otherwise, everybody knows that he's a successful businessman. He's motivating everybody. So what I mean to say is, during this time, even I was conducting training for the government schools, people coming for the career counseling. During this time, I completed my MSc psychology. Now I am doing LLB. So all these things is happening. So what I mean to say is, we have to be positive. We have to be surrounded with positive people. That is the only strength to overcome with the mental challenges. Over to you.
The year was 2022. World Championship of swimming artistic performance was going on. The world champion at that time, some lady named Anita, was doing a performance and she gave a perfect shot. She was in the water, the entire crowd in the audience was clapping. They were rooting for how beautifully she did her act. And nobody realized she fainted and she was inside that pool dying, while the world was applauding for her performance. And there's only one person, her coach, who jumped into that pool on that day, brought that fainting Anita out of that pool. The question is, like Zia sir said, we always need that one coach, that one person, not a professional one, that one friend who can see through all the applauds which are going on, and they can see through you of what is happening. And I think that's a kind of a circle or network of friends or people that we need to be surrounded with, that they know even a small pause in the way you're responding, I'm good, after somebody asks you, how are you? They are the people that you need to start building the connections with and nurturing those relationships. You don't need 1 million followers. I'm telling you, I've realized this. You don't need followers, subscribers, likes, shares. What you need at the end of it is just that 2 or 3 people who see through you. And that is magic. You don't need anyone else in life apart from those people who can see through you. Thank you. Thank you, Zia sir, for that wonderful story. Thank you for the courage that you share this with us. We are honored that you take this stage to share your vulnerable self. And I think that inspires each one of us, that you're still standing, you're still talking, despite 11-year journey of whatever struggles that you have had. Thank you for that. Let's move to the next speaker. Who's coming up next?
So how many of you believe that the Indian government, maybe the World Health Organization, should make part of well-being, be it in the school, be it in the institution, be it in the across globe? How many of you believe? Thank you. For me, well-being is a combination of mental, physical, social. So why I always prefer maybe why I'm very much interested on this well-being, maybe not 3-4 years back, when my own brother, I lost him, and I couldn't able to get through the kind of depression what he was going. So there was the really sad kind of story, and yeah, I couldn't able to digest. But once he has gone from my life, then I realized the importance of losing loved ones, maybe the people who lost their life because they are not connecting with their well-being, be it a social, be it a physical, be it a mental. So whenever you feel that surrounded by you, there are other people, if they are feeling that they are depressed, or maybe we could able to feel, if we are able to understand, then we could able to stop this type of incidents. And there are several, I think, NGO organizations are standing, and they are also making sure that the people who are depressed, so that they come forward and they can speak, they can share their sorrows and everything, right? So how many of you believe that how old I look? Guess any age?
25. 30. You said your daughter is 10, so we'll guess.
Okay, I am 42 years old, because I always believe you are the one who must keep your well-being in your hand, not with others, right? So every day, as one of the speaker mentioned, small habits, being mindful, being aware of yourself, because health is wealth. So if you look at I think one of the Netflix series, Centenary, so they covered why the people have, living more than 100 years. So basically they covered about longevity, right? So in India, we should also focus on our longevity. When you focus on your longevity, these three elements definitely we must aware. And being a mindful awareness of keeping yourself and purpose driven life. And if you have a goal that, I need to maintain my well-being, should not only myself, I think I should take care of my whole family. You don't believe, my 5 years son, my 10 years daughter, my wife and my entire family, every day we compulsory go to yoga and we spend minimum 1 hour doing yoga. So back to Rahul.
Good evening all. Like my previous speaker having some kind of experience related to yoga, even I do have the same experience. When I was in the 10th class, I used to suffer with the piles. I don't know about that problem exactly. I just suffered like anything. Then after coming to the BTech, then I realized that something I need to take care of about my health. Then I started learning yoga. After learning yoga, I understand that, okay, this is the one part of well-being I can taking care of. So then I decided to teach yoga. From 2017 onwards, I started doing multiple certifications in yoga. I started teaching yoga. In yoga, I did all the certifications. I did more than 20 certifications. So in a physical wise, I'm just, okay, I'm good right now. I'm maintaining my health. Mental peace, I'm maintaining. Something, I feel that something I'm missing. I feel that some void is there. I don't know. I thought that some emotional kind of thing. And after marriage, I feel like something void is there. So after getting, then I feel that, okay, maybe this is the financial thing. Some kind of a financial thing I do have. After having a salary hike and everything, till I'm having a void. I'm confused all the time. So what is happening? Then one day I just started learning about this well-being course, about wellness coach program. Then I realized about 8 parts of wellness. Normally we do focus on the one part, maybe physical wellness, emotional wellness, social wellness. I learned that there are multiple wellness, 8 wheels of wellness: physical, emotional, social, intellectual wellness. So once we stop learning that, it will also create a chaos in our mind. Then after the intellectual, we just need to care of the occupational wellness. What kind of job we are doing? That's what, even that satisfied. Then the one more wellness is called spiritual wellness. So how you are well connected with the being and everything. Then I feel that, okay, after that also, I feel that this kind of environmental wellness. So I feel like there are multiple 8 aspects of wellness. I'm just forgetting the one more thing. But I feel that after, I feel like, okay, after achieving all the kind of wellness pathways, I realized that, okay, if any being want to satisfy themselves, they need to approach a 360 degrees approach, not a single one, either a financial or something like that. Everything need to be there. That's what I realized. So that's what I'm just doing right now. Previously, my focus into either a physical wellness or emotional wellness, something. Now I'm just focusing on the total 8 ways of wellness. And along with that, right now, some more wellness came to the picture, the digital wellness. So normally in the previous days, whatever the happiness we used to get the happiness from the normal talking or a physical thing or some other learning or something. Now if we observe that, every day whatever the happiness we are getting, only through the digital thing only. We're not seeing any happiness other side. Maybe movie, maybe Instagram, maybe some other music or some other thing. I realized that this is also a key well-being we need to take care of. In every day, apart from the happiness we are getting from the phone or screen or whatever it may be, we need to make sure that we need to come some other alternative well-being, we need to come from some other alternative. That's what I learned, that I'm just focusing on that. That's why I started doing, joined in a Toastmaster, attending so many meetings, learning all the wellness being aspects. So that is all about, I'm just filling my void. Thank you.
Wellness things that I still need to cover. I wasn't aware of those many wellness. And I think beautiful idea about the digital wellness. I think that has overridden all the things that we are doing today. And invariably for everything, you talk of physical, financial, emotional, everything is being ridden by the idea of how well we are managing ourselves in the digital space. Good point. Thank you for sharing that, giving us a complex that we are still not well. You wanted to fill your void. Now you have created void for us. Thank you. Thank you for that.
I'm Subbu, and this is my second speak up at this place. For me, the journey of well-being started really just about few months back. I lost my third, child, whatever you call it, my pet. He was a golden retriever. He was just six years old. He was my life. Though he was brought in by my son during when he was doing his MBBS, but to overcome his stress, but he became part of my life. From 2019 on, 6 years, I thought, no, life is my Zorro, nothing else. And I used to bring him around the KBR and take him for walks every alternate day. And suddenly, there was a void where, I lost him. This was in July this year. Went into depression completely. I thought world has ended basically for me. And then, it took me probably, a month to realize that, something I need to do. So I used to always, come for walks, focus on my fitness in general, go to gym. I do everything. Look after my diet. I'm a vegetarian as well. So look after my diet, whatever I could. So I've been doing all that, but that everything halted at that point of time. And then I thought, no, I have to do something. So I pushed myself in again and started to hire a trainer for myself so that he gives me the motivation. That's, whenever you have to get a coach, a therapist, a trainer, whoever it is, that will change your life for sure. So that trainer, Hussein, has changed my life. Actually, he's kind of, sir, the mental health is important. You're getting into stress because of that. Let's go for walks. So we used to go, he used to take me for walks. So we used to go around, do my wellness training, everything started off again, afresh. And then later, soon after a month, this just was in October, my friend came in from US, Dr. Radha Murthy. He's a lifestyle medicine guy. He takes care of the geriatrics and a longevity medicine and everything there. So he said, no, I want to set up a center here in India. I'm looking for setting up a center here for disease reversal. He says doctor is not doctor who cures. Doctor is who is DR is disease reversal. That changed my life again. I myself, got into all this situation of hypertension, asthma and all over, just 3-4 months actually. Before even I realized, the anxiety pushed me into all of these things. So he brought me in and he took me to Kanha, Shantivanam. I spent 3 days there and that changed my life again. The mental well-being, along with Hussein, the physical well-being and the social get-togethers, which I started to go. I think, that's where, it's been transformative, I would say. And I still remember my Zorro. I can't forget him. He's my life and he's a great memory for me. But I think, all these things have kind of, cushioned me basically in taking care of myself. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. So my name is Venkat. How many of you want to live longer by 7 years? How many of you want to live longer by 7 years? By 7 years? Yes. Okay, that's an interesting question. Longer by 7? Longer by 7. Go ahead, yeah. Okay. So then can I ask you all to smile? Okay. So please smile. It'll increase your span of your life. So, well, everybody wants to talk about well-being, but what I think is, importantly, what Sadhguru told. Sadhguru mentioned that the best thing anyone can do at any point of their life is to live that moment profoundly. So, if you are able to live that moment profoundly, that is well-being. No matter whatever you're doing, if you're eating your food, you're thinking about having a good food, that is well-being. If you're jogging and you're enjoying jogging, that is well-being. If you're sleeping, you're enjoying your sleeping, That is well-being. So whatever you do at any point of your life, if you're doing it to the maximum, if you're doing it to the stage where you think you're happy, that itself is well-being. And it's not, but of course you have to have a rhythm, you need to have discipline, and what you need to do, you have to enjoy doing that. If you don't enjoy what you're doing, then there's no point of, doing a half-hearted attempt. So it's very important that you enjoy whatever you do at all stages. And one Japanese proverb I want to talk and I want to share with all of you is, don't fear failure, because even monkeys fall from trees. So there's nothing like failure at all. So unless you fail, you keep trying, that is when you get better, right? So that's all I want to talk about today. Thank you very much.
This is one very simple test to know, are you in a state of well-being or not? If I were to ask you to be alone, would you feel lonely?
Yes.
That's a question for all of you all. Just ask for yourself, reflect for yourself. If you are left alone, I'm not saying alone in the sense of devoid of people, devoid of devices, devoid of anything that is surrounding you. The question that I often ask is, can you be alone and yet not feel lonely? Because at the heart of you being in a state of well-being is you embracing that nothingness. Recently, somebody asked me this question, what have you done lately? In 2023, I would have had a big list. Last 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, these are things that I've done. But today I can proudly say, nothing. The ability to choose doing nothing is also the comfort that you have with yourself, because somewhere in the process of life, growing up with the expectations surrounding, whatever you want to call it, we have equated productivity and how we are using every minute of our day to the worth of our life. And somewhere that is a flawed definition, because you equate the same thing with a machine. How productive? How much output? How much time? But that's a machine. But we as humans, the art of embracing and experiencing the life of how we are seeing it and how we are feeling it, apart from the things that we are doing, I'm not saying that is not important, but the very fact of how you are experiencing it, it's also is a form of well-being, seeing what's happening to you, how you're feeling within, with all the things that you're seeing. That's also a form of taking care of yourself, being at peace in the calmness of your own self. If you can do that, I'm saying you're in a great place. Let's move to Ajandev next.
How are you all? Good. Please raise hands, those who are good. Yes. So I was just noticing like people seem to be very silent, very calm, very attentive. So I just want people to smile. Today, last day, our Rahul Jain, he has messaged me to come with my spouse. So I was at my home today. I was just thinking for 15-20 minutes whether to join or not. Then at 4 o'clock we have started. This is what. But once the moment I was out of my home, I felt very happy. I just shared my spouse that I feel very happy, and she has even shared the same thing. So what we happens usually is like when we are alone at house, or when we are in dark atmosphere, when we are not surrounded by good number of people, all irrespective of the whatever situations happen in our life, we turn to be low. That is always happening. And in my case, if I tell you, I'm part of Banjara Hill Toastmasters. So I used to attend meetings frequently then and there, like almost 100 plus offline meetings I have attended so far. But last 3-4 months, I took a break, and that break impacted me a lot, literally. And now I need to restart. Thing is like, yes, as earlier, like Rahul Jain was telling, like eat, do nothing or something. Then I was just recollecting, eat 5-star, do nothing. So thing is like, we have to, whatever the habits we have developed, whenever possible, please try coming out of our house, mingle with maybe yoga or meditation, whatever we do. Apart from that, any meetings, any social network meetings we attend, we learn something from people, and we always tend to be happy, and we will be able to come out of any emotion that we go through. With this, I would like to hand over.
Honest, I don't want to come here and speak anything. I just came to meet my friend Yugandhar. But with whatever happening lately in my life, I have realized that I have to get out of my comfort zone, because my comfort zone is actually uncomfortable zone, which is like my friend Yugandhar said, there has been a void in my life, and I got so used to that that I hate coming out of that, but I hate living in that. It's like I don't know what to do. So I have realized that I cannot do anything except to comfort myself, make myself understand like what makes me feel happy, and I am the only therapist that I can, you know, get myself to be happy with whatever I am having. So I have gone to a lot of therapy sessions, and I felt that unless I get self conscious, I don't think anything is going to work on me. So I feel that we are our own therapists, whom like we should tell ourselves that okay, this is good for you, this is bad for you, but whatever it is, at the end of the day we have to be happy. So that is all what matters. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm actually a backbencher, so yeah, thank you.
There's a variance in how people are wired. Some people get their energy from talking, and some people lose their energy from talking. So it's a different way. Talking about talking, there's one community, or there's a tribe somewhere which has one of the lowest incidents of depression in the entire world. And it is said that one practice which they do is a defining factor of how they are like that. And that one practice is simple. Before night they go to sleep. Every single night they have a community place where there's a fireplace or something like that, where they all come and speak out. Please note, not just sit there. They speak out whatever bad has happened, and they release that from their body, from their energy. And that's one way to actually let go of whatever negative things are happening, because when you speak it out, there's an outlet to whatever you're feeling. Because it's in that community, it's said, if you go to bed with this fear, it is what breaks your nervous system. And so if you don't have people, if you don't want to talk to anyone, that's one practice where even if you go into your rooms, speak out loud whatever you're fearing, whatever bad things or challenges that you've experienced, speak it out. Another form of, someone already mentioned, is journaling. That's another way in which if you don't want to tell things to people, you can always write it down. Because once you start putting that out into the world, out onto the paper, there's a far more release of energy that happens from within you, the negative energy. How many of you all had a good cry? How do you feel after you cry? A good one. I'm not saying that girlfriend, boyfriend one. The good one. Once you do that, you realize that the problem didn't go away. The wife is still there. No, the problem didn't go away, but you feel better. You feel empowered, you feel enriched to take charge of the situation. And that's what, this is a reflection of how you feel inside when there's a lot of pent up energy, negative energy, which is drowning you and dragging you. Take it out. One good practice. With that, let's call in Srinivas.
లే 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 ఇవాళే లే 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 ఈ రోజల్లే లే లే వీలుంటే చీమల్లే లేకుంటే చిరుతల్లే రెండంటే రెండున్నాయి పాటలే అవునంటే ఆకలే లేకుంటే బాకలే ఉంటేనే పోతుంటాయి బాధలే లే 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 ఇవ్వాలే లే 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 ఈ రోజల్లే లే లే So anybody Pawan Kalyan fans? Is there anyone? Okay, cool. Though not Pawan Kalyan fans also, this will be one kind of inspirational motivation. చిరుగాలి నువ్వుండాలి నిన్నే కవ్విస్తుంటే సుడిగాలి చుట్టెయ్యాలి లేలే గొడుగల్లే పరి చెయ్యాలి నిన్నే కదిలిస్తుంటే పడగల్లే పని పట్టాలి లేలే నీరల్లే పారాలి అందరి దాహం తీర్చాలి, నీరల్లే పారాలి, అందరి దాహం తీర్చాలి అని చేస్తే ముంచెయ్యాలిలే, ఆయనల్లే ఉండాలి, అందరి భారం మోయాలి, విసిగిస్తే భూకంపాలే చూపాలే. లే 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 ఇవ్వాలే లే 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 ఈ రోజల్లే లే లే. చెడు ఉంది మంచి ఉంది అర్థం వేరే ఉంది, చెడ్డోళ్ళకి చెడు చెయ్యడమే మంచి, చేదుంది తిప్పి ఉంది భేదం వేరే ఉంది, చెడన్నది ఉన్నప్పుడే గా తీపి, ఎడముంది కుడి ఉంది, కుడి ఎడమయ్యే గొడవుంది, ఎడముంది కుడి ఉంది, కుడి ఎడమయ్యే గొడవుంది, ఎటుకైనా గమ్యం ఒకటేలే, బ్రతుకుంది చావుంది చచ్చేదాకా బ్రతుకుంది, చచ్చాక బ్రతికేలాగా బ్రతకాలే. లే 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 ఇవ్వాలే లే 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 ఈ రోజల్లే లే లే. వీలుంటే చిరుతల్లే లేకుంటే చిరుతల్లే, రెండంటే రెండున్నాయి పాటలే, అవునంటే ఆకల్లే లేకుంటే బాకల్లే, ఉంటేనే పోతుంటాయి బాధలే. Thank you.
Except the mosquitoes. Okay. I hope some of you had, not in a way like I wanted actually, at least you would have gone through the phobia, right? So I have gone through the claustrophobia. So I was all good actually. This was happened all of a sudden on some other reason actually. I was going through depression, and then that day while leaving from Hyderabad to Chennai, I was going in a bus actually. I booked a seat normally in the mid or front side only. That day also the journey started actually. All of a sudden one woman came and then started to ask for help. She said, I know, okay. So said, can you swap the seat actually? I said, yeah, I'll tell you. So she was around 45 something actually. She asked her asked her to swap the seat. I said, okay, for some reason actually. I said, okay, I will swap it actually. I didn't notice what is that seat and all. I didn't ask for any reason. I thought women's maybe some other reasons he would have asked for it. When I went to the seat only, I come to know it is on the last seat of the bus, the top, top seat. The moment I just started the sleeping, just in 20 minutes or something, I started to get a panic moment. So that was the first time in my lifetime I have gone through that, and I don't know what I can do. First for 15 minutes, I just sit in the same place. I couldn't do anything. I just sat down on that aisle area. No, I couldn't comfort myself. Then I just went to the drivers, asked for some sort of support, because I was like, I'm not living in a world. I'm in a summer place. So that night it was sleepless actually. Somehow the travel journey over, but I thought the journey is, not only this incident also over, but no, it continued for a year more than that. And even in a normal time in my home bed also, I started to get a feel like something is pressuring me. Actually, my family is here. Actually, they doesn't know these things. Actually, I had to go for therapy, all these things. I don't know whom to share, because if I share, they will also get to this such a symptom. Means I'm putting their life also into the trouble. So I didn't want to tell to the known circle. So this really impacted my life in a way, like I used to sleep by 3 o'clock, then wake at 8:39, and the next day morning routine also got affected like this. So it was really a nightmare for a couple of years. All of a sudden, he mentioned that I have a good mentor, my uncle, who is stood for a long relative, but he's very close to my heart. Okay, so he met me and then asked the question like, Dinesh, you are something abnormal. Can you tell what it is? He asked about my sexual life, money, job, and everything. Then all of a sudden, I just said that I am going through some emotional like that, because I don't want to hurt him also. Because if I share, he will also go through the same. And said, Dinesh, this problem is not only with you. Believe me or not, this have happened to the pilot also. What you call the military, act of the pilot also has gone through that, and he's from the same field. So he told me that everyone can go through some sort of phobia at some point of time. Don't worry about those things. Just list down all of your issues. And then he given me a lot of advices. By somehow I was able to come across. Even now, once in a while I get that feel, but I'm almost, I got to feel like someone said that, you are the own therapist. Like, you have to treat yourself better. You have to feel like you are fine. Whatever comes, no problem. And that's how I just came across. Actually, I just consulted. That doesn't work for me. But slowly, I just made up my mind saying that, okay, whatever comes, not a problem. Okay, life, whatever, let it be like that. So also, I just remember one thing he used to say, like, silly thing. In a life, whatever comes, you have to face it out. Never try to skip it. Actually, you have to always go through that. That is the best way, and that is the only solution. Skipping is not the solution. And last thing, he told me that you have to enjoy the life even when you are pissing. I felt it's awkward when he said it in front of the whole family in the hall. I didn't understand the meaning, but then later I realized throughout the journey, I felt we have to enjoy every moment in our life. Thankful that today I was able to come to this meeting, though I was half an hour late, but I came with my family. Family is just spending the time. I'm just being attending here. So thankful to everyone, to the God, and to the good team also.